Are we on? We're live.
Oh, looks like it's been scheduled.
Interesting.
We just spent about 5 minutes trying to over and over retake our thumbnail.
I'll pull up. Should I get Chad up or not?
Sure. How's everybody doing? We haven't done a live stream since we were in Colorado last, which was about 2 months ago, right?
Yes. Ish.
We moved today, earlier this morning, from
Just for you guys.
from a spot down the hill. We didn't have service all weekend.
Have service because then we read more and do more useful things, but then we can't upload things.
Wisconsin. Just got my 13-foot Scamp from the Philippines, Mississippi.
Stop it.
So you've got the comments up.
Yes.
It helps us when Baron has the comments on his thing because YouTube comments go so fast.
If we don't respond to whatever your comment was, shout.
Hi, Lauren.
That's awesome. Hi, Mom and Dad. What's the best part about living in the Scamp? Live streams with you guys, obviously.
And sleeping in a bed this big with you
Oh.
and Camp. He's barking at our cast iron. We just made eggs and potatoes. Baron did. I ate it.
Hey, Judy. Camp
Judy
is
Goldwater.
excellent. Camp has been much better after moving back up to a higher elevation and getting him a little shot. He's doing great.
His eye is healing really nice.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to have these up on my site in June for sale.
Elsa's
kinds
been
of
a
different-
bead queen the last 2 months.
Because we haven't had any internet. So that's all I've been really doing.
The stove was awesome, but it's too warm for that now.
The earrings will go up sometime the first or second week of June once we get to Colorado. I'm going to have them all in sterling silver, and all that equipment, all my jewelry stuff is at my parents' house. So I've just been beating the earrings themselves, and I'll put them together when I'm in Kansas City next week. So we moved this morning.
Yes.
What was interesting about this weekend? It was a holiday weekend, which is always kind of funny when they creep up.
Lots of people. Which was fine, right?
Yeah, it's when there are holidays, all the camping areas get really busy. So it's we find ourselves always camping in solitude, and then holidays come and it's like we had a really nice solo spot, but it ended up like both little areas that could potentially be campsites became campsites, so it was a pretty crowded weekend. But
Hey,
This one.
JJ, $4.99.
JJ 490. Oh my God, here it goes. I'll get it started. You're out of your mind. Parker 1999. Are you out of your mind? Hope things are great. Peace and love. Camp.
Aw. Everything is
you.
great. Thank you. Reading? Somebody said reading. What have I been reading lately? What have I been reading
You've been
lately?
reading a lot.
I've been reading, what is it?
What? Camp? Come here. Come over here.
Earlier today I started reading the Be Here Now again because we just watched a documentary about Ram Dass.
Rocky Mountain Mike 999. Are you out of your mind? Thank you.
I've been reading Yuval Noah Harari's 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind.
Show your library.
The Code of the Extraordinary Mind by Vishen something, Walden, Carlos Castaneda.
Oh
and
my God, Brian Hinton!
You're gonna
No!
break people's ears.
Sorry.
So yeah, those books. If you want to talk about them, we can talk about them more later or something.
Thank you, Brian. I'm feeling good. Still waiting for your oranges. I'll get back to you on that. 199 Tamiera.
Yeah, a bead keychain would be cool.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I want Elsa
Thank
to
you.
make bracelets like this, but like smaller versions. Also, I want to learn how to do it, but I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to learn it. I just want to make it happen.
We need a weave to make that. And it would be a very complicated process. Whereas with this, all I need is a needle and thread and beads. But I need like a device to make those.
It's called a loom, right? Not a weave.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Late bird.
Late bird, $14.99. Okay,
Thank
okay.
you guys so much.
$2. Jay Wend, thank you. If you
A
get up to
spotted
Wisco,
cow? I don't know if we can. I'd love to have a spotted cow, but I don't know that we have the space for a spotted cow.
we can fit it in the Subaru.
Yeah. Do spotted cows enjoy being on roof racks? Because if they do.
By the way, in my birthday video, several of you donated for our roof rack fund, and I still have that just sitting and waiting in PayPal. We're going to take a portion of that and put that toward tinting our Subaru windows. So kind of the same thing, but we are still unsure as to what system we want for our roof rack or rooftop carrier. If we want a Thule.
Because it would hit our gas mileage pretty hard. I'm going to pull up the hitch mount thing.
We're thinking about a basket. Raw Beauty Christy. You guys inspire me every single day. So proud of you for following your dreams and bringing us along with you. Love you both.
Whoa,
Oh, do you hear
Camp.
him? Camp says thank you. Thank you, Christy. Christy's been one of my good pals for a long time, since like the beginning of my makeup days, and now she's a makeup queen on YouTube. Raw Beauty Christy. Love you, Christy. More people love you.
I'm trying
Anyway,
to find
the
thing.
roof rack, we're considering a cage to sit on top, just like the open cage that then we could strap stuff to. Or we're considering, oh my god!
Thank you, Finreach.
Finry?
Oh, they always
I
comment
know,
nice things.
thank you. Gosh, you guys are, thank you to everybody.
So this is kind of what we're thinking, rather than the roof-mounted storage, because then we could mount this to the back of the Scamp for extra storage, and then that wouldn't ding our gas mileage as hard, because it wouldn't like screw up the aerodynamics of the car.
But would we have to beef up the frame to
On the
do
Scamp?
that?
Not to do that, but we should probably beef up the frame
To
sometime
put
soon.
that yeah, because the more we live in this and the more things that we get,
The more stress it puts on the frame.
right, and the frame for these little fiberglass trailers are really, what would you say, like not, they're just light.
Yeah, I and old, ours is.
Yeah.
But we're taking the Scamp to Canned Hampers in Denver in like a week, and hopefully, like, he has a frame guy, so he's gonna look at the frame and make sure everything's solid, and then I don't know, we'll go from there.
Thanks, Lindsay. Practical Paradise. Yeah, I think that would help. But then should we just get a tongue box instead? Like everybody has the tongue box. And we were thinking that might balance it if we have the toe box on the back and a tongue box on the front, but then we really have to beef up the frame.
Yeah, and then that increases our tongue weight, which is like not something that we really want.
And
but
that's kind of why we got the springs, updated the springs, was because the
Right.
Subaru was having trouble with
so now it sits flat. Hi, Brenda.
Brenda, my mom.
Yes.
Hi, Mom. Camp says hi too. He can't wait to see you.
He will come over here in a little bit.
My brother just got engaged in Kansas City.
which
I
is-
tried to get them to wait for me, but they didn't.
You want to come over here? Come over here, dude.
He's just watching.
So should we talk about the renovations that
Yes.
we're looking at doing?
We're gonna renovate the Scamp.
Kind of. It's not like a full-on.
Kind of.
Well, it's not like a full.
It's gonna be
When
a
you say renovation-
huge quality of life upgrade.
Yeah. These are facts. But it's for now kind of just one thing ish.
If you've seen any of our videos before, you will have seen the
Mess that is our kitchen cabinets.
not very sightly organization of our food area, kitchenette, we call it. And I just drew this up today. We're taking the Scamp to canned hampers on Instagram. Currently we have this shelf here, and what I want, it's hard to see this. Oh, thank you so much, Judy Goldwater. Sending hugs to you amazing, inspiring
Aw.
souls.
Judy, I appreciate all the emails you send. Sorry if I ever missed them, but you're awesome.
Are you going to make it double wide, perhaps sliding doors? And Christy just renovated her whole house.
Oh, wow.
This is not our whole house.
Well,
but
I mean,
this is
effectively.
Yeah.
So the idea is that each of these will slide out, right?
Yeah, you can't. It's hard with the lighting, but the yellow drawers here, these will slide out, and then we'll have bins going in each one, and these will keep everything in as we're moving. That's the hardest part right now, is we have to take everything out and completely empty this every time we move, because we have just all loose storage bins. So I want these guys to be able to pull out. We can access deep in the back, all the storage in the very back, because we'll be able to pull the whole thing out. This will be some sort of a top shelf. We still have the sink in here. I'd like to do actually what Lindsay Practical Paradise has, a storage option where you can access from the top, just so that we don't have to be like pulling all the drawers out. We'll have one option up here. She was inspired by boats, and I guess that happens a lot on boats, is like above access to storage. And then here, one of my friends, sorry, my nails are just always dirty. It's just how it is. You wouldn't believe how many comments we get about our nails, but we don't have any. It just is that. I want to put a tray here, a tabletop here that I can pull out, and then
from.
I can use it when I'm on the bench, because Baron always uses a desk on the bed, and we'll be able to pull that out, sit on the bench, use it as a desk, and also have extra counter space when I pull it out. $4.99. I've been binge watching your videos ever since Raw Beauty Christy mentioned your channel. I love your videos so much. Aww. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's the idea for that renovation. We're also wanting him to renovate our closet here.
Yeah, because it's not
pretty
very
useless. We just have so much unused space, the way that they're set up right now, the kitchenette and the closet.
Because the kitchenette was initially the like cooktop and the furnace and the fridge, but since we pulled all that out, it's just like blank space with a shelf.
And we would like to, I think it'd be sweet if we could then put our clothing storage in this area too, because our clothes and our hiking backpacks and our tank drum are currently right under the bed, right where we're sitting. And if we could have this all cleared out, we could use that for other bigger outdoor storage. Like we have a few bins sitting outside of ropes and just hammocks, outdoor things. Then we wouldn't have to have those bins outside. I don't know.
We're figuring it out, but I think just like building out more useful storage would be a good thing.
For sure.
Dang, it's so pretty out right now.
Wow, it is.
We should go on a field trip soon.
It was super bright this morning and warm, and then it's been kind of snowing, sleeting, and now it's beautiful again.
Yeah.
The weather's pretty unpredictable up in the high Rockies.
These are facts.
You can't check the weather because it is never right.
What else did we want to talk about? Utah? You want
Utah
to talk
was
some
great.
about Utah?
Yeah, we didn't ever do a live stream in Utah because our internet was so poor. Much love from Pennsylvania.
What was your favorite thing about Utah?
I liked getting into hiking more.
Yeah.
I would like to be, the goal, what we said in our last live stream was I wanted to go to Moab to learn how to be a badass biker babe, but
that didn't work out.
Moab didn't work out. So instead we kind of picked up hiking, and that, man, it's amazing. It's like one of the easiest. You need very little equipment to hike. A backpack or a bag to have some water and food and some shoes, because we're always trying to think of we have to be selective on the sporting activity gear that we choose. We have climbing gear that takes up a decent amount of space with our draws and the rope. We would like to stand-up paddleboard. We would like to have kayaks. I would like to get a nice bike.
Yeah.
But we have to be very selective because we don't have any space. But hiking, you don't need anything, and it's very connected. You're walking on the ground, and it just was cool to get to see these areas that you only get to see by walking to them.
And we did 3 or 4 different pretty cool hikes. A slot canyon hike that was super cool.
We walked to a waterfall.
That was our first time in a slot canyon. That was wild.
Yeah, it was beautiful red. Is it sandstone?
Ew, dude. Let's get some four-wheelers, Cam. We've seen a bunch of side-by-sides lately, and I'm like a little jealous.
As told by Carly, it's official. I'm an owner of a 16-foot Scamp. Can't wait to do
Aw.
my renovations and customize it.
That's awesome.
I hope that ours works out and that you can get some good tips or ideas from it.
Some tidbits.
We're very excited.
And then we did another hike that was along a river, and it had like 5 river crossings.
Oh, right. And the
That
water
was
was
pretty
so
cool.
cold. That would have been.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan. Whole $5. That river crossing would have been way cooler. That hike leads to a natural bridge in these huge rock formations. There's a giant natural bridge, and that was beautiful. But we were being eaten alive by mosquitoes the whole time.
Yeah, it was pretty
Walking
brutal.
next to the river, and
Camp's allergies were gnarly then too, so it
yeah,
was
that
like
was a hard one. We didn't really get to enjoy it.
we were power walking the whole time.
It's still really fun though. The river crossings were like above knee deep, and it
Yeah.
was really fast because it had been raining a lot, and so that was new.
I kind of wasn't ready for that.
No,
the
me
way.
neither. I'm glad that we wore our chacos.
Yeah. And then we did another one that went to a giant waterfall in the middle of the desert. That
Yeah.
was wild.
Yeah, I can't imagine being like a native tribe who would have settled in that area because it's in the middle of a big canyon, and I wonder how it would have been ever found.
No idea. It's crazy. But yeah, Utah was really cool. If you're going to venture through Utah, be sure to fill up your gas anytime you get a chance. Hey, Drew. And bring like a supplemental gas can with you even maybe. We didn't have to use ours, but there were a few times where we were like, ugh.
Because you are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So gas is a thing. What else?
Could have been where we were driving, because you'll find that too if you're in the
Sure.
mountains going from tiny town to tiny town.
That's true. But yeah, Utah was really cool. We're excited to go back. We spent a lot of time in Escalante,
Yep, that was a cool little town.
and it's a teeny tiny town, but they just have infinite things to do around the town.
It felt like Utah was a lot like Arizona. We may go back sometime in the winter. The one thing that we came across a lot was it's just a beautiful warm place. So it was packed, and it's beautiful in the winter too. So
Utah
sense.
had far more people than I anticipated,
yeah,
but I think everybody like there's
we went at
several
a
main
bad time.
highways too that like connect all the named areas that you're familiar with, and all of those places just have like tons of people.
But we went during our spring break in the Midwest is in March, and I had no idea that we assumed that we would be hitting Utah before everybody else did. And it was during our last live stream that everybody's like, it's busy. Moab is going to be busy. And
But looking at it
didn't believe
online, it looked like there was just tons of camping. So it didn't seem like it would be a problem even if it was busy.
But it was their first week of spring break.
And there was like a Jeep Fest and all kinds of stuff going on. So.
And we have learned that Moab just is not so busy most of the year.
Yeah.
It was really pretty. I'm glad that we went through it. Maybe sometime we'll get to spend some time there, but
In the off season,
it
I
was
think it'd be super
packed.
fun. Side by sides, lots of Jeeps, all kinds of
Yeah, I didn't
four-wheeling.
expect to see that. I thought it was gonna be like hippie biker town,
Yeah.
small town. I was wrong.
Come here, Camp.
Come on, hop up.
Come here.
Show yourself. Come
here,
on.
dude. Come here.
He's like, you got something for me that I can have to eat?
Come here.
Oh, how do you manage with a small Scamp bed? That's a good question.
We sleep
Hey.
naked to preserve space.
I have been actually sleeping on the bench a little bit lately. It started because I was sick and I wasn't sleeping very well. So I tried sleeping over there, and it's actually really quite nice to have that little space to myself. And then they can have the whole bed to themselves.
Camp takes up like 70% of the bed, in any point.
That's like any dog.
Yeah.
How does that happen? It's because he's so sweet, you don't want to move him over.
And he grunts whenever you move him. He gets pissed.
Hi, Beckham.
Hi, doggy. That's right. Now he's back on the bench by himself. What else? Ooh, should we tell him about the new exciting announcement? The podcast?
We have been waiting for a long time to talk about it. For like 2 months now.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
We're working on a podcast. We have like 5 episodes recorded. And we're going to upload them soonish.
It's kind of like Baron's podcast, and I am the guest every week.
Whatever.
Well, I think that's cool because you have a lot of really great things to say. And Baron is, he's like taking the lead on the podcast. So we're talking a lot about Scamp. Us, like our story, how we make money. And we thought we would kind of open it up here to see what people would be interested in hearing about on a podcast. It's kind of similar to this style of us just talking.
But with like, it's,
Purpose.
we can kind of riff on things longer because we're not like constantly tuned into comments and stuff.
Yeah, and going all over the place with the comments.
Yeah, but so at some point we'll probably do live ones too, which would be kind of cool.
Like Joe Rogan kind of style, where
Yeah.
we're talking about our podcast, but then we have it on a live stream like this.
Right.
I get really nervous recording the podcasts. More nervous than I do recording anything else.
Well, because with the podcasts, it's not as scripted. So like with videos, you have like a exact sort of cadence you're going through. With the podcast, it like meanders.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy more, but I think you enjoy like the more exacting script.
I'm a lot more used to that.
Yeah.
No, not pregnant, not getting married.
Just a podcast. Far more exciting.
With podcasts, it feels like I'm very alone with just myself. It's more vulnerable.
I feel
Miss
that.
Mary Lou, you're here. Will you please do the honor of being my moderator?
How do you do
moderator.
that?
I don't know.
Make
She
her the
always does
moderator.
it. She does it herself.
No.
Right?
No. How?
You got it. Miss Mary Lou has a podcast and a really cute Instagram account. Add moderator?
Yes.
Okay, it's official, Mary.
You're
Gotcha.
doing it. Thanks, girl.
Our go-to every live stream mod. Thank you, Miss Mary Lou.
Yes, Elsa did make her earrings. Should we do an earring show off? Oh, we need to talk about what topics would you guys want us to talk about on a podcast? Like long-winded, just dive into all the things.
We've got, I guess like I said, how we do things. The most unlocked are. Oh no! Reconnecting. Phew. Don't lose us, YouTube. Oh no. Are we still here?
It's froze.
Shoot. Internet? Is he unplug him and is he 100%?
Yeah.
Unplug and touch. I can see you. Yes, you are. We are here.
Oh.
It says reconnecting. Are we still good? You broke up a bit, but now it's fine. We see you.
I'm
Okay.
still broken up on mine.
Shoot. We can hear you. Okay. Put nutritional... Why are you talking about nutritional yeast? Did we mention that? Love nutritional yeast. Oh, uses for nutritional yeast. Huh.
On a whole podcast? That'd be a little dry. Like nutritional yeast.
Like bread is dry. It's not known for...
Okay, so here are the earrings that I've been working on. This one I call Arrows and Rainbows. It took me about 6 hours. So, if any
It actually about 4 hours for the pair. They take forever. Here's another cute one.
did the Wi-Fi like drop for a second on there?
I don't know. Everybody says we're still here. I don't know. On our screen it says reconnecting.
Yeah. It's broke. Daily diet, that's a good idea. We did food is fuel and talked about how we fuel our bodies. But daily diet would be interesting too.
You glitched for a moment. Well, we'll just, unless somebody says
We're gone.
we're gone, we'll assume we're here. Supplements and stuff.
That's
Good idea. A lot of people are very curious.
And like health hacks, I think would be a good thing.
A lot of people think that we are vegan and only eat powders and pills. And
Which is completely accurate. Specific brands, what did that say? That's a good idea too.
some
That
kind of reminds me
one's
of a
cool.
fish.
It looks like a firework to me.
Oh, is it because it's red, white, and blue?
Yes. And it's like a little tube. Favorite kind of meat? What's your favorite kind of meat?
Bacon.
I might be salmon.
I have never once preferred like red meat over fish or chicken. Have I ever told the story about how I got bit by a tick and was allergic to red meat for 2 years? That's the story.
That's wild. The alpha gal allergy. What other things? We're gonna run out of topics here.
I've got a lot of earrings.
What's your favorite food?
Right now it's ice cream. We've been getting ice cream cones in town for some reason.
What's my favorite food? Probably chips. Boulder chips. Pizza's excellent. We got pizza last night. Can I talk about the meditation with the snake?
Oh, good idea.
Yes.
Baron just put out a blog post about your experience. It was last winter in Arizona, meditating next to a rattlesnake.
It was really hard to describe how the bluffs were set up in like just in text form. It was like there was like a bluff that came out like this. It's like a plateau, and the snake was like right here on the corner, and I was right here. So the corner had like a 40-foot drop in between us, and I sat next to a wild rattlesnake for like 2 hours and just kind of meditated and hung out, and it was really cool.
And then what did you do with it?
And then I think from me sitting next to it, since it was like evening, it cooled down a bunch, and then like since snakes are cold-blooded, it couldn't move. So then the next day I came out to see if it was still there, and it was. So I scooped it up with a hook into a Rubbermaid and then like moved it up the hill so it wouldn't get killed by other people or bite our dog.
You had some really good footage of it that I deleted.
I did. Which is fine. Not even sad.
That is one of my biggest regrets in life. Is that.
Whatever.
Seriously,
Your
it's
biggest
devastating.
regret. Yeah.
We watched it together on the camera, and in the moment I was just thinking, oh yeah, we saw it, like we looked at it, he's got it on his laptop, but I was wrong.
I hadn't pulled it off
The camera.
Yeah.
Which
So,
was silly
bummer.
because we were filming again that day, and it's the best practice to clear the card before we refilm. That's like generally how we sort the new videos, is all the content goes into one folder for each video, then clear the card next project. But in that instance, you were on your own. I was in Kansas City at that time. And then I came back. We watched it on the camera, and it was just, oh well. It's in our memories. It's on a blog post. You guys should check out the blog post. It's a lot more interesting than
Yeah,
that.
it is. And I posted another blog post today on Nomad principles, like a bunch of different high-level ideas and principles that we use every day
Where do you find your blogs?
at nomad.com. Check them out. /thoughts.
You're really putting a lot more blog posts out there lately.
Yeah, in the last few weeks I have.
A lot of it, I mean, it's so liberating when we don't have any internet. It feels like we can just recharge in a strange way.
Yeah.
We're getting better at it too. At first it was a little discombobulating.
We read a lot more and write a lot more and
Listen to podcasts.
yeah.
It's like how we used to do Scamp Life before we got unlimited Wi-Fi. We'd have to download everything before we got back to the Scamp if we wanted to have something to watch or listen to. But now we have unlimited Wi-Fi all the time out in the forest.
Which is pretty crazy. Sometimes it's awesome and sometimes it's pretty distracting.
We're going to unsubscribe from this unlimited Wi-Fi here in like a week or two. We use Unlimitedville right now, but it is very expensive for AT&T. Do you want to show well, it's not Unlimitedville's box.
I think it's a free something.
They have all the plans, right? Like Verizon.
Yeah.
And they're different prices, but AT&T's was the most expensive for $200 a month. But it's unthrottled.
No, it's cheaper than Verizon.
What was Verizon's?
Like $250. But it's completely unthrottled. Same with Verizon and everything else. You can do it on an individual device, but with tethering. Verizon is 20 per line, but then there's with tethering and stuff, they start to throttle you. There is another way to lift the hitch. They have these like wheels that are on sort of a lever. So you put it underneath the tongue and then crank it down and then it'll pick up the nose and then you can move it around.
Buffering. Are we still buffering? We've got our reboost up.
Yeah, it should be good. No throttle.
You guys drink coffee or no? We do.
Yeah.
Not every day. Most days.
We drink cacao a lot of days. Cacao's our go-to.
Grandfathered Verizon $150 a month.
Yeah.
What was the plan we're gonna switch to? It's like $60 a month for AT&T.
Net Buddy. I don't know. I don't know how well it works. So as far as I know, how Verizon works is you have unlimited, unthrottled on a single device. So like, say on my phone, I could use this for watching infinite YouTube videos and it would never throttle. But they have like a 24 gig tethering max. So once you get up to like 24 gigs of data used, then they start to throttle the account. But I don't know. It's always changing, and I don't know what plans they have exactly available right now. But when we got our Unlimitedville account, it was like the best thing for us, and now there's a lot of other things available.
You'll be able to find my earrings on elsarae.com. I have to go back to Kansas City to get all my jewelry equipment and put the sterling silver posts on them. So those will be up the first or second week of June.
Somebody just commented something. What was it?
Thank you, Miss Mary Lou, for commenting our Patreon.
How'd you teach yourself to dance? That's a good question.
I watch a lot of Instagrammers who the dance is called shuffle, and I've just actively tried to learn. Watching some YouTube videos, but mostly it's just about practice and learning how to do the moves, because they look much simpler than they are. So every time I'd take camp on a walk, I'd kind of hang out for a bit and play my music and try to do it. And
You've gotten really good at it.
well, once it clicks, you get it. And then you start assembling all the different moves together, and it's really fun. It's fun to dance in the forest alone.
I need to do that more.
Ecstatic dance taught me that that's a cool thing. It's a
Yeah.
very it's a really good way to express myself and get rid of like stagnant energy is to like move my whole body. And I never knew that. I'd never really been a dance. I was in ballet when I was a little kid, but not much of a
I
dancer.
wasn't. I wish I was in gymnastics when I was a kid.
Yeah, we just talked about that. Your brother was, and that's why
Yeah.
he's such an agile monster.
Yeah.
He can flip and spin and
Would we ever do another Scamp camper? Or another Scamp? Yeah. It would be nice to have one that was after 2006, because then I could stand up in it straight.
I guess they made those ones how many inches taller?
I don't know. But their factory burned down in like 2005 or something. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And then,
Are we frozen?
I don't know.
Our year is 1988.
Yep. Do you miss painting with real paint?
I do love real paint, but I'm doing a lot of other creative ventures that are fulfilling me as well.
The last movie that we watched a movie about Timothy Leary and Ram Dass or Richard Halpert last night, and that was really cool. Super interesting. It was Timothy Leary is generally painted in a pretty negative light, but that kind of gave more insight into who he really was, and it was super interesting. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. I don't remember what it's called though.
Dying to Know
Yes.
is what it's called. I'm also listening to the audiobook by Michael Pollan, How to Change Your Mind. It's all about his newfound use of psychedelics. He talks a lot about Timothy Leary, and he's like a 60-year-old man who has never done any, had never done any type of hallucinogens. He breaks down the 60s and how LSD studies and trials came to light and how they got shut down, how transformative different psychedelics have been for people. And it's just a really fascinating book. So it was cool to see that documentary of Timothy Leary and a more
Sort of.
generously positive view of him. He's
And
the one
more
who,
like talking about the person and him talking.
right.
That's what kind of like, yeah, I thought
He was fired
interesting.
from Harvard in the 60s for the way that he was doing LSD trials, and a lot of the other professors and scientists who were working with LSD in lab studies were mad at him because he was trying to take the LSD and bring it out into the public.
But that's not really how it went. Like, Richard Halpert was the one that got fired, right? And then...
This is coming from Michael Pollan's book, which is like another angle of his story.
But in how they told it in that documentary last night, Richard Halpert or Ram Dass got fired because he had given... it was either the synthetic form of psilocybin or LSD to someone who wasn't a graduate student. So then he got fired, and then Timothy Leary quit shortly after.
But it's because they'd had so much pressure because they were taking the drug with the students,
Right.
whereas other scientists, you should get into it yourselves. Watch
The books, that is, in
the book and the documentary. Yeah, it's all super interesting. I'd like to continue learning more about it, and then I could talk better about it.
Andrew Weil was interviewed a bunch in the documentary we watched last night. He's an interesting dude. There's an interview with him on Kevin Rowe's podcast that's pretty good. He's a cool dude. He actually wrote the article that sort of outed Timothy Leary and Richard Halpert on giving LSD or psilocybin, I can't remember which, to a undergrad student, which was an interesting twist.
It's just so interesting how the substance was found. Then it was studied, not only by scientists, but also by, who was it? The CIA?
Yeah.
They were
MK Ultra.
giving it to people, even without consent, for it to see if it had mind-bending.
Like mind control properties.
Yes.
Come here.
And then it just got shut down. All the studies of LSD got shut down, and it's just interesting how it's kind of coming back, and like how psilocybin
Mushrooms.
just became legalized in Denver. It's just very interesting. If you're interested in it.
Yeah. But How to Change Your Mind by Michael Pollan. If you think psychedelics are like some goofy hippie stuff or whatever, check that book out. It's a really sort of empirical look at how they work and what all's going on. So, How
We
to
always
Change Your
work
Mind.
this kind of thing into every live stream.
I know. Well, I wish we could talk about it like more directly, but I don't know, kind of tiptoe around
We're
it,
getting
I guess.
there.
Yeah. How do we like our rumple? It's excellent.
Yeah, it's great.
It's like slippery though, is the only thing. But
yeah,
it has
slides
like
off
tie
of us at
downs.
night. But down makes a big difference in the cold. Huge difference. We sometimes don't even need to sleep with our wood stove if we have that on us. So that's really nice.
It's been like in the 30s at night.
It's been a little cold.
You're
But
trying, yeah.
in the winter, when it was in the 30s, that felt warm, and we didn't have our stove on because it was really cold this winter. But now that it's been warm, when it does dip down into the 30s at night, it's like, oh my gosh, should we take the stove back out? The stove is right now in storage.
It's I want to pull it out just for like cooking on, to have a warm surface to make teas and stuff on all the time. It's so nice. JJ said his tribe does peyote. That's interesting. We're near-ish to Grand Junction. We're in the Arkansas River Valley right now. That is as
Grand
exact
Junction.
as I'll give you.
Oh, we were just in Grand Junction. That's right. That was a pretty cool town. Thank you, Miss Mary Lou. You're the best.
Set up the wood stove outside? Maybe.
That would be fun. It
Yeah.
wouldn't serve a ton of purpose. Like, we might as well just make a fire in the fire pit. But it would be really fun. There is a scamper. I forget his name. I just subscribed to him, and he comments on several of our videos. But he has a scamp and is making videos. He has this tiny little stove that he actually put outside, and he boiled water on it. And his setup is pretty cool. I think he has a 16-foot scamp. It's got like a green bottom half.
Oh, what is his name? Blasperilla or something?
Yeah, something.
He's really cool. I've been talking to him on Instagram.
Yeah, he does really quality videos. He doesn't have very many subscribers.
Cheaper skates. Or cheap skates. That's JD.
JD!
Who do you think has the best car camper setup? Us, obviously. I don't know. That's a hard question. It's so situational. Like, I really like the different Toyota, like the Sunraiders and stuff that are like a fiberglass camper in the back of a Toyota.
Girl, we're from Overland Park.
Those are cool. I don't know. It's super situational. The like big overlanding rigs are cool, but I don't know that I would want one because they're so giant and heavy. I don't know. That's a good question, JD.
Y'all should try DMT.
Okay. Would you ever take the Scamp overseas?
What's tell them your dream?
Which one?
The boat.
Oh, I want to get a pontoon boat and like cut out the hull a little bit so that we could slide the Scamp into it. And then we could have a houseboat and a Scamp. So then we could like drive around on the lake and then drop the Scamp off on the shore. Then we'd still have a pontoon boat to redneck around on. It'd be perfect.
Our own little houseboat. Or would it be a boathouse?
Yes.
It would be fun to also do. I didn't realize until we went to Arizona how big the sailing life is.
Yeah.
That just seems
Yeah.
so daunting, though.
Yeah. Yes and no. Because if we got a sailboat to where that we had like a full down motor, you need trains.
I love trains.
I know. We should make more use of trains. I think on all the cargo trains, we should have a caboose on the back where people can just like hop on and go wherever the train's going. I think that would be a cool thing. Like free transportation.
That
you
sounds dangerous.
Well, not while it's moving. Like, you know, like it would be, you could go to the train yard and pick your train and hop on. It'd be kind of cool. What were we just talking about though?
Sailing.
Oh, yeah, to have like a full down motor so that we didn't have to sail all the time. Like if we got in a tight spot, we could just fall down the motor and run that. I think that would be really cool.
You're right.
You're
The
right,
Earth is
Linda.
70% H2O.
Yeah, sailing,
It just
I think
seems
eventually
like
will be a thing for us.
it seems pretty wild. Sailing La Vagabond is one of our favorite YouTube channels, and they're sailors, and there's a lot that we would have to learn.
Yeah.
But there was a lot we had to learn with this too.
And I think we would learn it quickly. Yeah, boats sound expensive. It seems like a good way to do it with boats, though, is you buy it for a short period of time, and then you can flip it for a similar amount of money that you paid for it initially. So, I don't know. Where would you sail? Question.
Yeah,
I think we would just park. I just want to spearfish for food all the time. I think that'd be a blast.
Are you at peace with the Game of Thrones finale?
Spoiler alerts.
I'm not mad at it. Everybody seemed pretty upset, but
I was more upset with the episode before, like the Khaleesi Tyrant episode. That was just kind of dumb.
yeah. Well, I wish they had done the White Walker episode last.
Yeah.
Like, why did they end it with the White Walkers was the whole story of the whole show. What? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I do want to be Roily, and also wants to be Elena.
Roily.
They're awesome. They'd be fun to kick it with, I think.
For sure. Same Elsa, same. The lore is important, and it just ended.
Yeah, that was kind of goofy.
It's a bummer.
I love how everybody's chipping in their like psychoanalysis of Game of Thrones.
Well, because I mean, you get so invested in it, and then to have such an anticlimactic ending was.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's not over. The dragon took her body. Oh, yeah, maybe it really isn't over.
That'd be cool. Elsa's earrings are fire. Yes, those are facts. Look at all of them.
Watch the beginning.
She's got a whole pile. Look at this.
Don't mess them up.
Oh.
Well, you have to lay them nice and flat.
Lay them on your hand. Look at all of them.
This has taken me so many hours. I have just a pile of beaded earrings. It's much better than hats.
Yeah.
Hats took up a lot of space.
They really did. So did all the yarn. And it's, yeah, just better all around. I think they're cooler too.
Hey.
Relax, bud. Use therapy. So I can make bracelets because I don't have my ears pierced, so it's like super exciting for me to make earrings. Hello from Wichita. Hello, Wichita. Johnny.
No!
Johnny, keep your dang $49.99, dude. Love you to death, man.
Are you all watching together? Johnny, JD, and DT?
That's hilarious. Damn, Johnny. Love you, dude. Aw, Johnny. That's hilarious. No, from JD, of course.
Also, stickers are fire too. Putting one. Oh, thanks.
Do you guys have any ideas for stickers? That would be cool.
Yeah, I need to restock. I've been a little bit lost on what to do with the stickers.
Mm-hmm.
We want to add more merch, but it's been a challenge because, um, like, you can buy a hat anywhere. And I know that it's cool because it's
Camp
like,
riding a motorcycle. Oh,
we were going to do a camp series.
JD, there is a guy, or everyone else too, that has a Grom motorcycle, like JD has.
Gains!
Has a Grom motorcycle that he attached, or it has like a lift deal for the back of his Scamp. So everywhere they go, they have a Grom with them. It's pretty epic. I think that would be awesome. But I don't know that our car could handle all that, and the frame probably couldn't either because they're like pushing 200 pounds.
What I was saying about the merch is it's hard for us to want to do shirts and hats and things because it's I would like to put something out there that is why are you doing that?
Sorry, I'll stop.
Something that's like, with, for example, the merino tank tops. That's something that's very directly useful to us, and we like that would be a really nice piece of a Nomad kit. You can get a hat anywhere and you can get a t-shirt anywhere, so it's been hard for us to want to, I mean, not that that would be wasteful because it's cool to support us and it would be cool to have something that's like we're all wearing the same shirt, same, you know what I mean? But it just feels a little bit wasteful just to do another I want to do something more
like minimalist oriented.
like if we had a pocket knife or a I was thinking if we did have hats, if we had hats with a compass on the side and like a magnifying glass that you could use, like
Something
Nomad stuff.
And if it is a hat, just like a super well made hat, not just like the typical, like most of them are made by Yupong, which is like I believe a South Korean company. Like most everybody's merch style hats.
And it's
which
not
is
a knock.
okay.
Yeah, it's not a knock to what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, but it's just like I don't know, there are better hats out there.
But that would require more expense for us.
Right.
We'd have to make hats more expensive to make up for that.
Something that I think would be is like merino base layer t-shirts with our logos on them. Or
And
buffs.
you want buffs. That's a wholesale merino company.
Yeah.
But
Cole Headwear is another company I'd like to work with. And Airhole, the buffs company, would be cool. So if you guys know anybody that works with those companies, shout.
Wrist survival band. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. We've never really done much of the survivalist or prepper stuff. But I think it's cool.
Like what are they called? Paracord bracelets and stuff?
Yeah.
I just feel like in this, so whatever. Maybe I'd wear a paracord one on my other wrist.
You used to,
balance
didn't you?
it out. No. I've never worn. No.
I thought you gave me a paracord something a long time ago.
Maybe a keychain or something. Somebody sent us something like that.
I think paracord is cool. I would like to show like a survival, what we keep in our car, on the go, like or like a bug out thing. Except that's not what we have because we don't really do that. But I want to. I want to have like a survivalist kit that I can be like, look at my rip stream. Oh.
Are we back?
Are we back? Hello, hello.
Let's see.
Oh, we lost a ton of people.
It's exclusive.
Only the best of the best stuck around.
Sorry, team.
I think Nalgene water bottles would be cool.
Should we step outside quick and show them the surrounding area?
It's pretty cool. Would you guys like to see our spot? We may drop out. And if we do...
I'll bring the internet out and that should be good. Let's do that. Right?
If they want to.
Oh, yes. From because.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we've got a few yeses.
Let's do it.
Shannon Williams, I could listen to this stream
Shannon.
all night. We now own our 13-foot Scamp and really enjoy seeing what you guys do. Thank you so much.
Maybe show them camp quick too.
Here's the little princess. Hey. Can you see?
Can you flip it to the other camera? Or does it do that? Yeah, flip to the other camera and then it'll be clear. Or no, that's maybe too much for trouble.
We gotta stay kind of close to the Scamp, but
Come over here and you can see the mountain. Wow, that view. Look right above the Scamp. It's so pretty.
can you see?
Los Montañas Frias. All the snowy mountains. Pretty cool, right, team? Is there anything else cool out here?
Nope,
These
nothing.
mountains are cool too.
We've
There's
got
more mountains.
a whole hill to ourselves.
Got like 270 degrees of snow-capped peaks.
Got our wee boost up.
Dance. Can you see you?
Point it down. Ready?
Sick.
It hurts.
Do you want it back? Wow, there's the Wii Boost too. Our internet deal. Okay, should we go back in? It's kind of cold.
It's messy, don't.
Okay, maybe we'll switch sides. Okay, we're back. We're climbing in numbers again. That was fun. Field trip, right?
That was fun. Oh, that's why you said that.
Yeah.
Where are you? We're in the Arkansas River Valley of Colorado.
Those are as exact as the details we'll get. A book. Yeah, I'm working on a book. It's getting there. What's the temp?
It's around.
Like 50?
No, it's probably in the 40s right now.
High 40s.
Cutting boards are useful. Yeah.
That's true. But I feel like everybody who needs a cutting board has one. Maybe.
Oh, for merch?
Yeah.
We don't have a cutting board.
Next travel plans. We're going back to Kansas City for one of my buddies' weddings.
And then once that is complete, we will come back. We're going to have the Scamp renovated while we're gone in Denver. Then we will grab the Scamp and going to go somewhere north.
Yeah.
Don't
like
really
head
know
up
where.
into Wyoming, Idaho, Montana area, and then maybe go Pacific Northwest. Something like that. I would love to be on the Joe Rogan podcast. I've actually had a couple dreams about that. We had a great conversation in my dream. In Hollywood, Arizona? Hallbrook, Arizona. Oh, excellent. Oh no, we're froze.
Hello?
Can you guys still see us? Because we can't.
Man, we might have to end it here. Can still hear you, but can't.
Oh, okay, we'll keep talking.
Well, we should probably end it because this is what happened last time. Is it ended us?
Yeah.
Okay,
We love you guys.
guys, we're gonna peace out. We're gonna come back someday in a live stream. We love doing live streams. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you, Miss Mary Lou, for being our moderator. Bummer! I'm sad. I don't want to go, but
Go to my site and comment on my blog posts, and we can have fun conversations about interesting things.
yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon in the next live stream. Love y'all.